Today we are going to be covering how to get the best draft in MyGM Mode. So make sure you smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and let's get straight into the video. So the first thing we are going to look at is star power and who should you pick for your main eventer, the main face of your brand. So as you can see, Roman Reigns has a 4 out of 5 star power. That's very, very good. But Ronda Rousey also has the exact same. So it's entirely up to you which way you want to go in this situation. I would probably go with Ronda just because she's got a little bit better stamina. So there is other things to consider. 1, price. 2, the stamina, and 3, the popularity. So as you can see, the price of Ronda is cheaper than Roman and her stamina is slightly better. And also her popularity is basically the same. So this is definitely a way I'm going to push my brand. I'm going to pick Ronda just because I can then have a really good face for my women's division. So now everyone has picked their face for their brand. We have also still got Roman Reigns chilling here. Nobody has actually picked him up. But we can do a few different things to make this a little bit better. So we can guarantee that we get a decent pairing for Ronda, or we can start making our roster built around the men division. So we can probably pick up Roman, but that's not the way I'm going to go. I am going to pick up Bianca Belair. Reason being is that she clashes perfectly with Ronda. As you can see, her class energy pairs bruisers with fighters for added bonuses, and this just generally means that the interest of the fight is going to be much better. The rivalry and the payoffs that you get from these fighters are going to be so much better received from the viewers, and this is going to help you massively. So I am going to go in this direction just because I don't want to lose the perfect pairing for my division of the women's title. But also another reason why I'm going to factor this in, just to cover yet again, like I've already repeated, is her stamina is 87 and her popularity is 60. She is a face and she perfectly pairs with Ronda, so that is the reason why we're going that way. She's also a lot cheaper compared to Roman, so I am gonna go for Bianca on this one. Next up, we are going to pick our face for our men's division, and we are going to go with Big E. Yet again, we are covering all of the factors that I've already talked about. We have got Big E at a 3-star power rating of a star power, and he's also £240,000. He is a fan favorite, a bruiser, 88 stamina and 60 popularity. Absolutely much better option than Roman Reigns and Finn Balor, as you can see above. So I'm definitely going to go for Big E. And now we have got our main wrestler for the men's division. What we are then going to do is try and find somebody that we can pair up with Big E to make sure that he puts on a good show week in, week out. So we do have the option of Logan Paul right here, but he has got a 2-star power rating. Not very, very cool at all, but he is much cheaper and he has got the perfect class that synergizes with a bruiser. So we could go in that direction, but as you can see, the options here are fairly weak. So one other way we could go about this is having a look at for somebody that pairs with him very, very well. So you got Shinsuke here, who's got 74 stamina, he's got 60 popularity, but he is a fan favorite. That is not to worry, because one of the first things we can probably do is turn him into a heel, and then the added bonuses of these fights can be absolutely crazy. That is the direction I'm going to take it. Let me know, what would you do in this situation? Would you pick up a specialist, or would you guys go for the lower power star rating and try and make something out of that one? So I'm going to pick Shinsuke. Let me know what you would like to do. Next up, I'm going to start building my tag team division. So I have 2 options who can be the face for this. I've got Kofi Kingston, who is a fan favorite, but he's got much less stamina than my second option, which is Sami Zayn. So I'm going to go for Sami. Yeah, again, he's cheaper. 2, he is also got better stamina, and 3, his popularity is not that much different compared to Kofi's, so I'm definitely going to go in that option, a much better way for me. And plus, as you can see, at the current moment, I've got quite a lot of fan favorites and not too many heels. So let's start building my tag team division, and I'll be right back. I've now built my tag team division. I've gone with Sami Zayn, Cedric, And I've also paired them because their synergy works perfectly well with Giants with Ivor and Commander. You can see Ivor and Commander's popularity isn't probably the best, either is Cedric's, but we can work on this. The moment you guys give these guys a belt, they end up boosting in popularity also. So this could be something that we can use in our advantage. So now you have two options. You can either start building a tag team division for the women's division, or you can start picking up a few specialists to change in and out to help keep on top of that stamina for each wrestler. And this is probably what I'm going to do in this situation. I'm going to go for The Miz. He's a heel, and yet again, I've already covered this. I've got quite a lot of fan favorites on this roster already, so I'm going to use The Miz for that reason. And also, he is really, really good on the mic. So for me, this is a go-to to make sure that we can get some good promos on the go. And if I want to do anything that involves mic skills, Miz is the go-to. Definitely a nice simple one out of this situation for me to pick up. And because The Miz is also a heel, I am going to pair him up with Randy Orton. So Randy has a few good synergies that I can pair him up with within Big E, as well as pairing him up with The Miz. Very, very good indeed. So I am going to make sure that I have a few options for Big E to fight with to keep them fights entertaining. And this is probably one of the best shouts that I can suggest because he is not that expensive either. And I just don't want to make sure that I have loads of specialists because I don't get too many synergy boosts from that. Now, we can finally actually look at how much we've got left. We've got £618,000 left. So what we are going to do is go over to our women's division and see if we've got anybody that actually is left over that is very, very popular. So we got Sky here. She's a cruiserweight. But do we have any female giants? We do. So, right, this could be a really, really good option. So we could go with Sky. Let's pick up Sky. And then after, we will pick up one of the giants and pair them with each other. And we probably will start building a tag team division. We'll just filter through each wrestler and see which one is probably going to be the best shout for us. Like I've just said, Sky is definitely a good one. As you can see, Tamina here is very good stamina-wise, decent popularity, and she is a heel. So I'm going to go in this option, and we are going to build a monster of a tag team division. So we have got all of our roster, and now we are choosing our champions. I am going with Randy Orton just because I need to build Shinsuke up. So I need to make sure that he can cross over to a heel. But our first pairing is going to be The Miz, and it's going to be Randy. I'm going to get them to do a lot of call outs and a lot of promos on this to push the rivalry as far as we can possibly get it, to make sure our first pay-per-view is a big sellout. And then we are going to also make our women's division champion Ronda Rousey. Unfortunately, as you guys can probably tell right here, I'm in the same situation. I've got more heels than I have got fan favorites, but that's not to worry. I am going to have to do some promos to get these guys to swap out. And you can see that I have got some good little pairings anyway, just in general. So what we probably will do is make Ronda Rousey and maybe Queen Zelina right here a nice little tag team and get them to fight Bianca Belair and probably Sky. And I'll probably have to change Sky into a fan favorite, but this is a way that you guys can help push all of your fights because there'll be interest in my mid card now because I've still got a few decent popular wrestlers for my mid cards, and I can also promote the hell out of some of these fights to get more views that way. So you're not entirely doomed if you don't get the perfect draft and what you want. So there's always ways around this. And once you guys start your first season, what I will suggest that you guys do is always keep over £100,000 just so you have some money to play with. But secondly, try and always pick SmackDowns. You get Birth of the Legends. If you guys pop this, you can see the popularity of all of these wrestlers at random go up. So now The Miz and Randy Orton is actually a very, very good thing for me to be pairing up and having as my main eventer. So that is definitely what we are going to do to make sure that we get that viewership in straight away. So let me show you how my first week looks. So as an opener, I have Ronda Rousey versus Belair, and their popularity is very, very good to open up with. And it is for the women's title, which is very, very good. So they have also got a perfect pairing, as well as, like I've shown you before, that one is a fan favorite and one is a heel. Yet again, probably one of the best ways I could probably open up without peaking too soon. Mid card, I have a tag team title match, and yet again, I've paired them fan favorites on one side, heels on the other, giants on one side, and cruisers on the other. Yet again, should be very, very good, and because it's a title match, it should peak more viewership than before. And also, we have got here, and this is the only card I've probably got as a meh, just because I need to do some changes before I can get into actually getting decent pairings. So I've got Queen Zelina and Tamina. I have put them together. One, because they are cruisers and a giant, perfect synergies. So hopefully I'm hoping that that can get me as many viewers as it possibly can. Then for our main event, we have got Randy Orton versus The Miz. And this is just a normal fight. I've not spent too much money. I've not gone crazy as of yet because I am doing a lot of promos. So I've got Sky here doing a role change. I've got role change for Shinsuke. And I've also got Biggie working on a call out for Shinsuke. So at least that way it should actually start building a rivalry between them. And straight away I can start building good fights off. And that's probably the type of fight I would replace my mid card right here with. Shinsuke and Biggie clashing against each other. And then as I progress, I'll probably make this more and more entertaining by spending more money and doing different types of fights. So this is how my first week looked, and as you can see, I'm probably one of the best out of all 4 shows. I have Ronda Rousey absolutely tearing up for a 3.5 star rating. Then I've also had a 3.5 for my tag team fight. And my mid card was meh, like I told you it was going to be. And my main event, yet again, this is only because The Miz is a specialist and I haven't got too many heels to pair Randy Orton up with. So that is the reason why this one only achieved a 3, but I was on par with pretty much every other show. And now let's go over and see how many fans we can actually pull in. So we pulled in 40,000 fans. Very, very good. And you can see Raw here only did 25, NXT only did 35, and NXT 2.0 did also 39,000. But this has placed us at the top, and now we have a great foundation. We have got a budget that is growing, as well as the highest point at this current moment in viewership. So let me know down below, has this guide helped you? Has it made you think of how you can solve some of your problems going forward and still remain at the top? Let me know down below, it'll be really, really cool to see. And keep watching, I'm probably going to make a few more videos on how to help you as best as possible when it comes to GM mode. So smash that like button, hit the notification bell. See you guys in the next one.